If you're appearing for Salesforce interview, these questions can be really helpful to you. Let's move on to the first question, that if we keep the OWD of the external access as public read write and internal as private, what will be the consequences? So now, first of all, let's move on to the sharing settings. Now it's saying that if I keep as internal access, let's see what it says. It says that internal access I am keeping as private. Okay, internal access is restrictive, and external access I am giving away more access, like I am keeping it public read write. What would be the consequences? So let's try it out. So for the account object, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the internal access as private. Okay, I'm making it restrictive, and for the external, I'm keeping it public read write. Sorry, public read write. Okay, and if I save it, let's see what happens. Okay, it does not allows us to save it. The reason is the external access must be always more restrictive as compared to that of the internal access. So this can also act as an interview question, that if which one is more access in case of in the OW itself, which is more restrictive, external or internal. So the answer is external must be, no matter what, must be most restrictive, and after that comes the internal access. Then after that, because I can keep internal access public read, right, while external I can keep private, but external I cannot keep it less restrictive as compared to that of the internal access. So as compared to internal and external, external must be more restrictive as compared to that of the internal. So let's move on to the next question. Now, before moving to the next question, if you are appearing for the Salesforce interview and you need some kind of practice or understanding of what topics are left or what topics needs to be done, you can schedule an one-to-one interview with me by going to my profile and clicking on the top mate link. Let's move on to the next question, that if the OWD is public read write, but we have used criteria based sharing rule to make the record as public read only, and the record meets the criteria, will the OWD take precedence or the sharing rule? Okay, now here comes the play where OWD will be more precise. I mean, OWD will execute first or the sharing rule execute first. Who takes over the first? That's what we are going to understand. So the OWD is public read write. Okay, so for the account object, I have kept as public read write as the OWD. Basically, this account, the test new account, it will be accessible by Raju Srivastav user as well. Now Raju Srivastav, he is a CEO. Okay, Raju Srivastav, he is a CEO. Okay, whereas SF in 5 minutes, which is in Edge, sorry, in Chrome, he is a COO. Sorry, CEO. He is a CEO. Sorry, my bad. Raju is a COO. So Raju won't be able to see the records of Salesforce in 5 minutes, but as the OWD is public read write, he will be able to see. Okay, as well as he is also able to see. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to write a sharing rule. Okay, I'm trying to write a sharing rule which is used to restrict the access. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a criteria based sharing rule that if industry equals to apparel, then give public read only access. So I'm trying to reduce the access using this sharing rule. What will it work on? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go to the accounts and I'm going to create a new sharing rule. So using OWD, I'm giving public read write sharing 101. Let's name it as, okay, based on criteria that if industry equals apparel. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reduce the security or reduce the access using the sharing rule. Is it possible or not? Let's see. Okay, instead of public groups I go to the roles and I'm giving it to the CO and only read only access. So using OWD I'm getting read write access, but using sharing I'm reducing the access to read only. So let's see whether Rajesh was the user, he is able to read write or only read only. Okay, I mean, who is taking the precedence, either the OWD or the sharing rule? Who is taking over? Let's understand. So right now, as per as the sharing rule, this record is shared as read only. But as the OWD is public read write, let's see what happens. I'm trying to update the fax number now. Let's save it. So I'm able to save it. So the basic answer to this question is OWD usually takes the precedence. The reason is because OWD is used to restrict. On the other hand, sharing rules are used to provide more access, more and more access, right? As per as the OWD is the least most restrictive, and after that everything is used to just give the access. So even if you're trying to reduce the access using sharing rule or some other methods, it won't reduce the access. Instead, it will just give the access. So OWD is the base one, which is the highest right now, that is public read write. And after that, whatever we are doing, it's just giving the access. We cannot take away the access. So let's move on to the next question, that can we use roll-up summary fields in the formula fields? Okay, so let's see, first of all, do we have a roll-up summary fields? Yeah, child MD. I have a child MD relationship. So what I'm going to do is, it has a master data relationship with the parent MD. So what I'm going to do is, I'm first of all going to create a roll-up summary field. Okay, so first of all, I need to create a roll-up summary field, parent MD. Let's create I already have a roll-up summary field. Okay, that is the this roll-up summary field. Now let's see whether I can use this roll-up summary field inside the formula field as well or not. Formula, next, my formula. I'm going to keep it as text. Let's click on next. Let's see, can we use the formula, that is, we can use the roll-up summary field or not. So you can see data type is number. Oh, data type is number. Okay, I'll just create one more formula field. I'm so sorry, I think so. I'm inserting the roll-up summary field, and let's check the syntax. So answer is simply yes. We can use the roll-up summary fields inside the formula fields as well. So this was all about the interview questions that I've discussed in the previous shot. If you found this video helpful, I request you to please like this video and subscribe to my channel.